celebrating Africa's rich cultural heritage.
Happy New Week and happy weekend. Welcome to another edition of this program, Abntv Newspaper Review. Here with me I have the Punch newspaper and the Tribune newspaper. Firstly, we go to the Punch newspaper and the headlines of the Punch newspaper. Misbehavior try bus whiskey, 6 months prison sentences. Federal government traces fleeing Binance executive to Kenya. Gino Pope. Ill-fated movie producer Rick's band says DGN president. How I collected $3 million in cash for a Mayfele dispatch rider, says courts. Hospital details my wife newborn triplets over unpaid bills. 7 draw in Lagos within a week, says PPRO. Now the story in details. Federal government traces fleeing Binance executive to Kenya. The federal government has traced fleeing Binance executive Northern to Kenya following his escape from custody in Nigeria. Following the developments, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the International Criminal Police, the Nigeria Police Force, and the Kenya Police Service have deepened takes to quicken in extradition. Sources in the presidential who are on the top of the case told Saturday Punch that whoever the now being blow went into eating immediately after he landed in Kenya. The sources revealed we have found him, we know where he is in Kenya, and we are working with the authorities to bring him back to Nigeria. Another source also close to the matters corroborated the first source statement. The sources noted all hands are on decks. The government and all the security agencies are with the Kenya. Federal government traces fleeing Binance executive to Kenya. The full details of this story is in page 4 of the Nigerian Punch newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Punch newspaper. Safe school bus advocates fighting insecurity with technology. The commander of Nigeria's National Safe Skills Response Coordination Centers of Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ahmed Abodorin, has emphasized the need of leverage technology to boost school security nationwide, rather than relying solely on armed personnel. Abodorin shared these insights with our correspondent during a conversation on Friday. The Safe School Response is an initiative of the federal government in response to increased cases of attack on schools by bandits. The National Safe Schools Response Coordination Center was established by the federal government on Friday, 2023, and started with the responsibility of coordinating safety and security response against violence in schools and host communities. On January 30, 2024, 6 people, 2 teachers and a driver of Apostolic Faith Church Primary and Secondary School, Ekiti, while being transported home after school hours. On March 6, at least 287 people were reportedly kidnapped when tourists on motorcycles stormed their schools at Karigu in the Chibok local government areas of Kaduna State, whisking them away in an operation that drew condemnation and outrage from the presidency and United Children's Welfare Agency UNICEF. Safe School Bus advocates fighting insecurity with technology. The full details of this story is in page 5 of the Nigeria Punch newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Punch newspaper. NHRC received 4,211 rights violations complaints in 90 days. The Nigeria Human Rights Commission was inundated with 4,211 complaints of human rights violation over the span of 3 months, Saturday's span length. The grievances ranges from killings, kidnapping, domestic violence to abduction and children's rights issues. According to the Commission's website, it received 1,147 human rights violation complaints in January, 1,484 in February, and 1,580 in March. In January 2024, the North Central Zone registered the highest numbers of complaints, while the Southwest had the fewest. For February, the breakdowns of the 1,484 complaints showed the complaints about state actors were 95 domestic violence, 317 non-state actors, and 28 private sector, 53 economic, social, and cultural rights, 145 rights to life, and 45 and others 356. Further breakdown of 1,486 complaints according to the 6 geopolitical zones in the country are Northeast, 393 Northwest, 138 North Central, and 481 Southwest, 179 Southeast, and 144 and South 149. NHRC received 4,211 rights violation complaints in 90 days. The full details of this story is in page 5 of the Nigerian Punch newspaper. CSOs condemn exorbitant fees for political aspirants. As the leading political parties in Nigeria's industrial through preparation for the upcoming Edo and Endo states governorship election, some civil service organizations have said the aspirants' charges they place on their nomination and interest forms for elective position limits the efficiency and accessibility of the country's electoral systems. Finding by Saturday's Punch revealed that the All Progressive Congress (APC), People's Democratic Party, and the Labour Party rated in over 41 billion from sales of nominations and interest forms of the various elections held in country between 2023 and 2024. The ruling APC had on Wednesday, April 4, coordinated the sales of its expression of interest and nomination forms for the upcoming Ondo State governorship election, through which it made the sum of 722 million naira from 16 governorship aspirants. CSO condemned exorbitant fees for political aspirants. The full details of this story is in page 7 of the Nigerian Punch newspaper. PDP advocate discipline for errant leaders. Ahead of the People Democratic National Executive Committee meeting scheduled by Thursday, April 18, members have advocated discipline for errant leaders. This came on the heels of its re-announcement by some stakeholders within the PDP asking the party's acting national chairman, Oman, to sanction former revised state governors, wife, and others for alleged anti-party activities during the just concluded general elections. It is worth noting that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar decision not to choose Wike as his vice presidential candidate following the victory over him in the presidential primary caused a rift in their relationship and within the PDP. As a result, Wike actively complained against the former vice president and threw its support behind the All Progressive Congress (APC) candidate Bola Tinubu in the election. Saturday Punch reported that the Atiku camp has mobilized various independent groups associated with the party to write the National Working Committee naming Wike, former governor of Benin State, Samuel Ofan, former Enugu governor, Ifeanyi, former Abia governor. PDP advocate discipline for errant leaders. The full details of this story is in page 8 of the Nigerian Punch newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Punch newspaper. Troops eliminate 188 terrorists, arrest 330. No fewer than 188 terrorists were killed and 330 arrested during Operation conducted across the northern part of the country last week. Also, a total of 133 kidnapped persons were rescued by troops deployed across the country within the period under review. The Director of Defense Meridian Operation, Major General Edward Uber, disclosed this in a statement on Friday. He noted that the recent achievements of the troops had placed them in a strong position to win the ongoing war against terrorists. The statement read, "The armed forces are working decisively to kill the terrorists, stop the insecurity and ensure the safety of citizens. Accordingly, we are making the terrorists pay a much heavier price than we have been forced to pay. The troops will continue to operate with force against terrorists across the country." During the week under review, the troops had rescued 133 kidnapped hostages. The military is in a good and strong position in the way against terrorists, with many terrorist leaders killed. We will continue to provide security for citizens with the tools of all our disposal. Troops eliminate 188 terrorists and arrest 330 people. The full details of the story is in page 10 of the Nigerian Punch newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Punch newspaper. Oil production plunged case by pipeline problem. The federal government on Friday said the drop in Nigeria's crude oil production was due to issues committed on the Trans-Niger pipeline, occupied with maintenance activities carried out by the sum of oil companies operating across the country. He, however, stated that the efforts were on to fix the pipelines, according that this would enable the country to produce up to 1.7 million naira barrels per day of crude oil and condensate. The Trans-Niger pipeline is a major oil pipeline in Nigeria that transports crude oil extracted from oil fields in Rivers and Bayelsa states to the Bonny crude oil export terminal. It is also operated by Share Problem Development Company, joint ventures with a capacity of about 180 barrels of crude oil per day, which is about 15% of Nigeria's daily output. The Trans-Niger pipeline is an important part of Nigeria's oil infrastructure, but it has faced significant challenges in recent years. Our correspondent has earlier reported that the Nigeria's crude oil production witnessed the consecutive monthly decline this year, as it dropped to 1,231 million barrels per day in March, according to the latest reports from the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Reacting to this on Friday, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources said the drop as production was due to the issues encountered on the Niger's pipeline. Oil production plunged case by pipeline problem. The full details of the story is in page 25 of the Nigerian Punch newspaper. Lastly, with me in the Nigerian Punch newspaper, MNDAs remitted 835.7 billion naira revenue to federal governments in February. The Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of Economic, Wale Edun, have decided that the revenues of governments, owned enterprises, materials, departments, and agencies increased to 835.7 billion naira in February. The figure indicates a growth of 68.145 billion naira or 441.78% from 454.25 billion naira MDAs remitted in the same period of 2022. The minister stated this during a presentation aimed restoration the economy for growth and the climate resilience development delivered at the Lagos Business Schools breakfast triples. Edo said the government had established a two-time daily sweep of 50% of MDAs and COS of internal generated revenue since January 2, 2024, leading to more remitted economics. MDAs remitted 835.7 billion naira revenue to federal governments in February. The full service story is in page 26 of the Nigerian Punch newspaper. Before we go to another edition of this program, listen to my message. If you'd like to watch us live and direct on our website, you can click on www.Abntv Network TV. And we also have our social media. We have the Facebook, we have the YouTube, we have the Twitter, and we have the Instagram. On our Facebook, you can click on Abntv OSUN. On our YouTube, you can click on Abntv Nigeria. On our Twitter, you can click on Abntv OSUN. And lastly, on our Instagram, Abntv Nigeria. You can click and share us and like us on our website, on our social media. And if you'd like to watch it live and direct on our website, you can click on it. Before we go on back to another edition of this program, let's listen to what we have for you in our studio. We'll be right back.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 OSUN Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
Back, and I hope you enjoy what we have for you in our studio. Now to the next edition of this program, we have the Tribune newspaper. Bobrisky jail 6 months without objection of fine. I took over 500 anti-TB tablets, over 600 injectable drugs in over 8 months. CBN worker tells court, I collected 3 million cash for Emefiele. Police paraded self-kidnappers, others in data. Gunmen abduct Channel TV reporter in Rivers, demand 30 million naira. Ondo 2024, firework over APC tickets. Finally, Ibadan kingmakers pick Olakuleyin as next Olubadan. Now the story in details. Gani Adams to Tinubu review cost of Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway open same ban. Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò Yoruba land Iba Gani Adams on Friday appealed to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to review the cost of Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, saying that the president should do this considering the present economic situation in the country. Adam also urged President Tinubu to open semi-borders and complete the Lagos-Badagry Expressway for the overall benefits of Nigerians and Nigerians. The Yoruba generalism made the two appeal during the celebration of the grand final of 2024 edition of Oledumare Festival, which took place in Ifako, Lagos, pointing out that as it stood right now, the budget proposed for the coastal road, which would serve the commercial interests of the salt spreading from Calabar to Cameroon, is too costly, and therefore the need to review the costs. I am appealing to the presidency to review the cost of the projects considering the present economic situation in the country right now, Adams. On semi-border, Adams, while making the call for its reopening, quickly recalled that former President Muhammad Buhari, during his 8 years rule, constructed the rail and road from the north to Niger Republic to serve the economic interests of Nigerians and Nigerians. He therefore called on the President Tinubu to open the semi-border and also complete the Lagos-Badagry Expressway for the overall benefits of Nigerians and Nigerians. For instance, during his 8 years administration, former President Muhammad Buhari constructed the rail and road from the north to Niger Republic. That ex-president told us that the rail project will serve the economic interests of Nigerians and Nigerians. On this note, I appeal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to open the semi-border and also complete the Lagos-Badagry Expressway for the overall benefits of Nigerians and Nigerians, the Yoruba generalism said. Iba Adams described Oledumare Festival as the mother of all the festivals, insisting that Olokun Festival Foundation, OFF, has been celebrating the festival for the past 12 years, with various programs running daily for 21 days across Lagos and Ogun State in respect of 24 edition. Gani Adams to Tinubu, review cost of Lagos-Calabar Coastway, open semi-border. The full list of stories in page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Added query. Represent to probe AGF over non-disclosures of 6.6 billion naira P&D judgment depots. The House of Representatives Committee on Public Accounts, chaired by Honorable Bamidele Salam, is expected to commence investigation into the added query on the non-disclosure of 6.6 billion naira and accrued interest awarded in favor of Process and Industrial Developments Limited by a London tribunal in January 2017 against federal government of Nigeria in the purported failed gas project. The audit query was part of the 668-page annual report on the federal government of Nigeria consolidated financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2020, transmitted to the National Assembly for legislative actions. As stipulated in the audit query titled No Disclosures of Information on Contingent Liabilities, and OAU observed that paragraph 27 of the International Public Sectors Accounting Standards presentation of financial statements states financing statements shall present fairly the financial position, the financial performance and cash flow statements of an entity. Added query represented to prove AGF over non-disclosures of 6.6 billion naira P&D judgment debts. The full list of stories in page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Food crisis will persist until bandit terrorists dislodge from farming communities. The national president of the Midi Bats Forum, Dr. Patrice Pogun, has stated that food shortage might persist in the north and entire country if there is no sprinted attempt to dislodge bandits and tourists from ancestral communities presently occupied by the elements. Dr. Pogun said quite a lot of farmers and others displaced could not go back to their communities and village for fear of being attacked by bandits, adding that those in IDPs must be resettled to address the food crisis in the country. He told the Saturday Tribune that the palpable fear being expressed by the farmers was a result of a lack of adequate security to protect them in their ancestral homes, adding that most of the communities and villages they are left are presently being occupied by bandits and terrorists. He further attributed that the shortage of food supply in the country to banditry and acts of tourism being meted out to farmers, adding that most of the areas considered by the food baskets of the country are under the siege of elements. He said, without our farmer going to the farm, there is going to be hunger in the nation. The price of foodstuff will stock rates, and not only in the Middle Belt, the other parts of the country are also under attack. The security agency needs to intensify efforts in this regard and clear tourists and bandits from our ancestral communities. At the moment, the military is doing a better job, probably because political will, it is a clear departure from the Buhari era, when everything was just propaganda. The Chief of Army Staff today is doing a very good job because we have been verifying their claims, and it is true that they are doing a good job. But let them increase the prayer of the bandits and tourists so that our farmers can go to their farms. Food crisis will persist until bandits, terrorists dislodge from farming communities. The food service story is in page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Bauchi Labour Party dissociates from claims of 19 northern states chairmen securities over national conventions. Bauchi state chapters of Labour Party LP are dissociated itself from the states of the Forum of the 19 states and FCT chairmen and secretaries of the party, stating that the forum is non-existent. The Bauchi Labour Party addressed journalists in Bauchi on Friday through Muhammad Sabiti Aliyu, chairman of Dalami Adi Danandi, secretary jointly. Reading that the text of the conference, Muhammad Sabiti Aliyu stated that the intention of Bauchi State Labour Party executive has been drawn to the news broadcast by AIC and some online social media, in which some few individuals claim to be northern states chairmen and secretaries made some statements which are hereby refuted. According to him, the entire elected officials of Labour Party of Bauchi State and indeed the entire northern states executive wish to disclaim the position of some few individuals who masqueraded as leaders of the 19 northern states. The AG chairman added that we categorically says that they are not the consecutive of 19 northern states, and especially their spokesperson was disposed from his position due to his party activities when the party was battling to reclaim their stolen mandates. Bauchi Labour Party dissociates from claims of 19 northern states chairmen, secretaries over national convention. The full story is in page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Ondo 2024. Group raises alarm over alleged production of fake membership card registers in Ondo. Some 7 days to the governorship primary elections of All Progressive Congress (APC) in Ondo State, some party leaders have raised alarm of alleged productions of fake membership registers and plan to use fake membership card in the party primary. The leaders of the party, under the auspices of Ondo Vanguard for Good Governance, who raised the alarm, said their plans to flood the state with fake membership card and distribute the fake cards to non-party members. Speaking, the group coordinators, Evangelist Tade Ojo, in a statement signed by him, pointed on accusing fingers as Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and his supporters planning to issue fake membership cards to those who are not members of the party. The statement read that as loyal party members, we have duties to our state and party to ensure criminal, free and fair primary that will deliver properly and accountability leadership is achieved. Like the unending blood stains on the nails of someone with lice-infested head, the governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, and his various strategies have continued to tread the calamitous path meant to either rig the forthcoming primary elections of the APC or discredit it as they are faced with imminent defeat. Ondo 2024. Group raises alarm over alleged production of fake membership card registers in Ondo. The full details of this story is in page 7 of the Nigeria Tribune newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigeria Tribune newspaper. Election. Edo South PDP legacy group meets Obasaki demand fair treatments. Ahead of the September 2021-2024 governorship election in Edo State, leaders and stakeholders of the ruling People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Edo South Senatorial District, under the aegis of PDP legacy group, have demanded fair treatment from Governor Godwin Obaseki before the election. The Edo South PDP legacy group met on Friday and noted that it had been badly treated in the last 4 years by the Obaseki-led administration. It said it is the Abragri PDP group in the district and lamented that none of the premises Obaseki made to them when he came beginning for the governorship tickets for the party in 2020. After he was chased out of the All Progressive Congress (APC) was fulfilled. Rising from a leaders, stakeholders meeting held at a Bishop Kenne Pastoral Center, Benin City, the group posited that it would no longer fold its hand and allow Governor Obaseki to change it the way he did in 2022. When the governor appointed the deputy governor, the secretary to the state governor, and the chiefs of staff from the group which follow Obaseki from the APC to the PDP, attended by leaders and executive members from the 7 local government areas that make up the Edo South District, the group added that it will give Obaseki time to return to tell them that what was in it for them in the coming dispensation before it will take a decision on how it will take its destiny on its own hand. The meeting, which was attended by the leaders of the Edo South PDP Legacy Group and the former members of the House of Representatives, Mr. Omeregi, Senator Roland, the chairman Edo South Senatorial District, and all a host of others, the group said Governor Obaseki had not demonstrated gratitude for what the group did to help in 2020. As according to them, the governor had concerned all political offices without considering one of the legacy group. Election. Edo South PDP Legacy Group, Ms. Obaseki, demand fair treatment. The full story is in page 24 of the Nigeria Tribune newspaper. And lastly, with me in the Nigeria Tribune newspaper, Senate to investigate 774 federal agencies. The Senate is determined to look into the financial record of 774 federal agencies based on the queries faced against them in 2019 report of the Editor General for the Federation. The chairman, Senate Public Accounts Committee, Senator Aliyu Wadada, dropped the hint on Friday while speaking with journalists. The senator representing Nasarawa West District said the intention of the Senate was not driven by any witch hunt, but to promote physical discipline. He also disclosed that the Senate, with the support of the President, will initiate an amendment to the 2007 procurement Act to mitigate financial slits. He said, "When I became the chairman, Senate Public Accounts Committee, I was emphasized on the need for President Bola Tinubu to appoint the substantive Auditor General for the country. I even wrote a letter to that effect to President, and he responded by appointing a substantive Auditor General for the Federation. The AGF reports for the 2020, 2021, and 2022 fiscal years were not all ready. It was only the 2019 Auditor General report that was then ready for us to take action on it. The Auditor General's report for 2020 was ready at the time he became the chairman, Senate Public Accounts Committee, but it could not be signed by the acting Auditor General for the Federation. As we talk, the 2020 Auditor General report is ready, and the substantive authors has appended his signature to it. Senate to investigate 774 federal agencies. The full service story is in page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. That's what we have for you on our newspaper review. And if you'd like to watch us live and direct on our website, on our social media, you can click on www.abntv. On our social media, we have the Facebook, we have the social media, we have the Twitter, we have the Instagram, and we have the YouTube. On our Facebook, you can click on Abntv OSUN. You can like and share us on our Facebook. On our Twitter, we have the Abntv Nigeria. You can also share us, and if you want to like us. On our Twitter, we also have the Abntv OSUN. And lastly, on our Instagram, you can click on Abntv Nigeria. Try to like us and share us on our website. And if you'd like to watch us live and direct on our website, you can click on this social media on our website. Thanks for watching. Meet us 9 times and same time by next time. My name, so once again, is Kenny Afolabi. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening to me. Bye for now.